Oh.
What time should we?
Yeah, we can start like probably like sunset. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, before we get started, we're gonna face the east. Our prayer.
To Yahweh Bahashem Rakakwadash.
May we give praises to the Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, and the Holy Spirit, who taught us his truth. Honor to the brethren that's laboring doing the work to push the gospel, risking their life and freedom to do so. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which will be 1/3 of us Israelites, according to the scriptures, who will be the Negroes, Latinos, Indians, who will be seeking the salvation by returning back to the Most High, by hearing and believing his word, so that he will have mercy on us and judgment. Hey, so we back with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Shah. And this lesson, we titled it, picking up where we left off last week. It's going to be Pilgrims to the Battle, Part 2. We're going to get a few precepts to sort of explain what we're going into. It's pretty much the same precepts we covered last week. We just go over it again. Yeah, real good. All right,
First precept of the day, 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 57 through 59. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Yeah, so this is the battle that men upon the earth must fight. It's not talking about men, but the Israelites. Even the women, they take part in this too. This is every Israelite that's born into the earth. We in the battle, and we're gonna talk about the conditions of that battle.
Verse 58, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
If you lose this battle, you're gonna be punished. But if you win this battle, you'll be rewarded. And ultimately, the rewarded is the kingdom of heaven, eternal life. That starts with mercy, coming into this truth, having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yeah, coming into this truth, that's the beginning of the Lord's mercy to further equip us for this battle. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. To be a defense in this battle to be born into. Real quick, let me jump somewhere real quick. Yep, okay. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. So
Ecclesiastes?
Yep, 7 and 12. So I think it's Psalms the 85th chapter say mercy is met with truth. So the Lord had mercy on us by allowing us to come to this truth. This information, and this information would equip us, prepare us, make us ready for the battle. Yep.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
So yeah, even money can equip you physically for things that you may encounter in life, as well as wisdom. But the benefits of money is limited. There's some things money can't buy.
Let me read all the way through.
Yes.
Again, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Yeah. Wisdom can give life. It can preserve life. It can save your life. Ultimately being the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the scriptures, being the truth. So it's wisdom that act as a defense. This battle that we born into in the earth. being the Lord's people, the Israelites. Let's get verse 59.
Verse 59. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live.
See, in 2 Ezra 7:57, it said this is the condition of the battle that man which is born upon the earth shall fight. Then in verse 59, it goes on to say, this is the life, this is the battle whereof Moses spake unto the people. Moses didn't speak this to all people. He spoke it to the children of Israel. And that what? Which we gonna get this in the book of Deuteronomy, but saying to the people, choose life that we may live. And this choose life lets you know that there's another side to that. It's this way or this way. And then would be the ways that we would live here on the earth that would lead to either life or death. Now we're gonna go to that next.
Deuteronomy, yep. Deuteronomy 30 and 19.
All right, yep.
All right, now we're at the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
See, the Lord, so Moses and the children of Israel has set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. And those conditions of the battle. It's one or the other. It ain't no in between. And this is whether you come into this truth or not. Whether you accept this as truth or not, you still in the battle. If you don't believe it or don't accept it, you just on the path to death. All right. So yep. Hey, life and death, blessing and curse. That's a condition of the battle that we born into here in the earth, being the Lord's people. Now this life and this battle of life and death, blessing and cursing, we're gonna expound on that a little bit.
Now we're at the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes 33, 15 and 14. Verse 15. So look upon all thy works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
So that's why the Lord told, Moses to tell the children of Israel was set before you is life and death, blessing and cursing. There ain't no in between. It's one or the other. And that's all the works of the Most High. That's why you got a prey versus the predator. You got the hero versus the enemy. That's why you got Jacob versus Esau. That's why the Lord says two manner of people in thy womb. Esau turned out to be the wicked, and Jacob turned out to be the righteous. And the scriptures gonna go into that as well. Up versus down, left versus right, hot versus cold, night versus day, water versus land.
Lord, about that perfect balance.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's right, perfect balance. And with a balance, you can't have one without the other. To have a righteous, they gotta be a wicked. All right, how you doing now? Yeah, to have a righteous, you gotta have a wicked. To have life, you gotta have death. It only makes sense.
Verse 4. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say verse 14.
Yep.
Okay. Verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
See, that summarizes the works of the Most High, on a higher level, a spiritual level, good against evil. That's the theme of any good story. And this is the theme of our life, being the Lord's people, born into the earth. We fight this battle with good and evil, ultimately being life and death. And what the Lord tell Moses to tell the people, choose good that we may live. Going into also the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. Righteousness versus wickedness. So we commanded to follow the ways of righteousness to overcome this battle. But the thing with the works of the Most High being two and two, good and evil, the godly against the sinner, righteousness and wickedness, it don't say just good and evil. It don't just say wickedness and righteousness. No, the two coexist, but they against one another. That's why I said good is set against evil. It ain't just good and evil chilling. It ain't just wickedness and righteousness just chilling, doing their own thing. They're against each other. And I'm gonna look up this word against real quick. Yep. Word against, it reads in opposition to. And that's the talk of the youngsters, the ops. And our ops will be the wicked. But pretty much anybody in the earth that's not going along with the will of the Most High. It reads against, opposed to. Now we're going to look up this word opposition to get more on that. Opposition, just on Google, it reads a group of adversaries or competitors, a rival political party or athletic team. What's the two political parties in the athletic team in this battle that we born into? Righteousness versus wicked. Also, too, it says similar words. It would be opponents, the other side, rivals, adversaries, antagonists, and enemies. So yeah, we born in this battle with enemies, and a lot of our people don't even know that we got enemies out here. It ain't just the people you got a personal beef with. It's a spiritual battle. And that's the condition of the battle. All right, one is against, in opposition, enemies against another. And born in this battle, we got all kind of stuff coming up again. Born in this battle of life and death, good and evil, wickedness and righteousness, we got all kind of stuff set up against us. And the world is rooted and set up in wickedness. So the battle is extremely difficult for us. It's harder for us than it is for the wicked. But you see, they're gonna get a more they're gonna get punished, and we're gonna be spared, Lord willing. All right, let's grab that next one.
All right. Next precept, 2nd Ezra 16:40. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Hey, see, we talked about we born in this battle of life and death, good and evil, wickedness and righteousness. And being a people of Israel, not all people. And what the Lord said, my people, hear His word, make you ready to die battle. Die is personal. This is our we all born into this battle. You can't just sit on the sideline and be a bench warmer. We in the battle, whether you know it or not. And it said in those evils. And see, and we talked about this, a battle of good and evil. And we in the evils right now. All these kingdoms, even before America, they all been set up in wickedness. It says in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So what'll help us, overcome this battle of wickedness and evil and sinners is to be as pilgrims. And I'm gonna look up this word pilgrim. We're gonna grab a couple things. Man, this is kind of warm. Let me change real quick. I gotta take one of these layers off.
You got 2 hoodies on?
Man, a hoodie and a thermal.
Oh, okay.
Cause I be cold like when I first wake up. But then once I get moving,
Body warm up.
yeah. When I get hot, I get the itching. I don't like itching. That itching about is annoying as work.
Yeah. Nerves be bad and shit.
Oh yeah. That be. So yeah, we pilgrims upon the earth. And then when you look at the lives of our forefathers, the servants, the prophets, the apostles, the disciples, those that was that received the respect of the Most High, they was pilgrims upon the earth. In this battle of good and evil and wickedness, etc. Now I'm gonna see what come up. It reads, a person who journeys to a sacred place for religious reasons. So yeah, mentioned this last week. Esau taught you that a pilgrim was a colonizer, somebody that's exploring the world and uncharted territory and taking over everything. That's his version of being a pilgrim because he a man of the field. But you can also be a pilgrim for sacred or religious, better word would be spiritual reasons. And then back then our people always was on a journey somewhere, and we don't so much travel as much as they did back then. But again, this is a pilgrim in the spirit. We following the Lord in the spirit. me see what else come up. All right, but one of the many characteristics of a pilgrim is they're not tied down to anything, which is why they always moving. You know, being tied down or having your heart settled on something, you know, it signifies that you attached to it. So the Lord said, be pilgrims in this battle that we born into, life and death, good and evil. Let's get 41 and 42 on that well, just to show the definition of a pilgrim.
Yep. Second Ezra 16 to 41. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose.
So yeah, whether we sell or buy, whether we gain, we count it as a loss. We got it, but we not tied to it. We leave it in a moment's notice. Look at 42 too.
Oh, 42. 42. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein.
So you got merchandise, you don't count it as a profit, because ultimately we can't take it with us. And then, you know, he had built house, what it say, as he don't dwell therein.
Yep.
Yeah, so we count everything as a loss. We're not tied down or attached to anything of the world. And that would make it easier for you in the times that we coming into now to be a pilgrim. When Esau is trying to take away all your rights, all your liberties, all your possessions, even your life. We're not even attached to this life or lovers of our life. Which the scriptures say, we love not our life to the death. And the scriptures also say that we don't love our lives in this world. So yeah, I know it's all good. Let's hit that Hebrews 11. But now we're gonna go through the book of Hebrews 11, and that shows, you know, the pilgrimage of our people. But you know, they talked about more about the faith that they had, because being a pilgrim it requires faith. Because your path is not set out before you. You don't know what you're going to encounter, but you have faith to keep pushing through. Real quick, let's get Hebrews, I think, verses 1. I'm sorry, chapter 11. So you're gonna get verses 1, 2. Yeah, we get verses 1 and 2. Just to retouch on faith again.
Yep. Hebrews 11, 1 and 2. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report.
Yeah, the elders, our forefathers, those in the scriptures, obtained the Most High's respect. You know, through faith. Because when you're a pilgrim, you know where your journey gonna take you. You don't know how you're gonna provide for yourself, what troubles you might come, but you just got faith that you're gonna make it through. And hey, we pilgrims. That's why David said, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So we pilgrims here in America. This is the valley of shadow of death. Death and darkness. America is booby trapped. The music, the liquor, the women.
Death around every corner.
Yep. People pissing you off. All this stuff is set up to lead us astray. All right, let's go to verse 17,
17 to 19.
I think let's get 17 and 18 real quick.
All right. Hebrews 11, 17 and 18. By faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son.
So yeah, you know, Abraham offered up Isaac when the Most High asked him to, which we're going to go to that. And he offered up his only son, even though the Lord told Abraham, in your seed, I'm gonna make you a great nation. And Abraham only had one seed. And then the Lord told him to sacrifice him.
I'm sorry.
My phone be jumping on me. Yeah, so let's go to the next one. We're gonna actually go to Genesis 22 just to get the details on it. and although Abraham did, you know, he offered up his son through faith, trusting the process of the Most High. Those is qualities of being a pilgrim. You know, he wasn't tied down to nothing. He was totally detached from everything. My bad, real quick.
Yeah, you good, cuz.
Second Ezra 16.
Yep.
Okay. I think it might have been. I think it might have been the 44th verse.
They that marry, as they shall get no children. They that marry not shall.
Yeah. Let's grab that real quick.
All right.
And this is what Abraham showed when he was about to offer up his only son.
Con. 2nd Ezra 16 and 44. They that marry, as they that shall not get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers.
So yeah, definition of being a pilgrim. Abraham was married, but he had Isaac, but he moved as if he had no children. Ready to give up everything at a moment's notice.
Okay.
And Yahweh Shai said, those who have forsaken children, wives, mother, brother, sister, brethren. So that's what Abraham showed, and that's through faith.
Okay.
What's next? Genesis 22?
You didn't want to get 18, just 17?
Yeah, I think we got 18.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to it though and get 19.
Gotcha.
Let's see that Genesis.
1 through 14.
Yep.
All right. Genesis 22, 1 through 14. Verse 1. And it came to pass that after these things that God had tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get.
My bad. See, see the Lord. Hey, it's a fearful. Hey, the Lord is fearful. The Lord, you see how this just jumped out at me. See how the Lord came at him.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham, get your only son that you love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Lord made it extra hard on him.
God.
The Lord could have been like, take your son. He just a boy. He not good for nothing. He young. Yeah. He could have like downplayed the situation, but the Lord made it extra hard on him to prove him.
Mm-hmm. Austere.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, verse 2 again. And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get into the land of Moriah. I see that right?
Yep.
Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon the mountains which I will tell thee of.
See, that's the condition of the battle. Life and death, good and evil, wickedness and righteousness. And your worst enemy. I mean, your enemy is the wicked, it's the sinner, but the greatest tool of the enemy is temptation to lead you away. Yeah, the Lord said, take your only son that you love and go offer him up. The only son that you love. But yeah, let's continue.
All right, verse 3. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him.
See, the qualities of being a pilgrim. Yeah. He rose up early in the morning and went to the place where the Lord told him. Abraham ain't know this place.
God.
And that was through faith.
Yeah.
He rose up early.
Mm-hmm.
He rose up early, took his son, got the stuff necessary for the sacrifice, and he did it without question. Mm-hmm. He may have asked questions, but he didn't question the process.
God. All right, verse 4. Then the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young man, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham, his father.
Oh yeah. I might let me see something.
My son don't want to listen. You gonna check out running?
Oh damn, today?
Not last week.
Oh damn, out here?
I got one son.
Oh,
I don't know where he was.
that's the spirit, one son.
Right.
Let him tell what he did. I'm over there washing dishes. He listened to the people over there. I said, you know what? Let me tell you something. You got one time, you respect me. I'm your mama. I said, that about you being 44. I'm gonna give you something you don't want. He went on and on. I come out of the kitchen just like that. Hook him like that. And it hurt me so bad when the back started crying. Yeah, I'll be back.
Oh yeah, bet.
No, come back. I gotta listen to this today.
Oh, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I got
here.
some oxtail. I want to eat them. You don't put to eat pork, but I'm gonna eat today.
Oh no, you said oxtail?
Uh-huh.
Oxtail beef, ain't it?
Oxtail good. We can eat oxtail.
Oh,
Okay,
bet.
okay.
Bet.
Okay, God bless you. I'm back.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I got, you know, I hear you do this for a long time. So I got to get it, okay?
All right, bet. We
I'll be
refresh your
back,
memory. All right.
Hey, listen, turn out to be a pretty day then.
Oh, you did?
Hey, you know what I seen on the news?
What's that?
This man raped this 11-year-old girl, and they made her have his baby.
Damn.
Dang.
That's cold blooded, ain't it?
Dang.
Yeah.
Was he white?
Huh?
Was the man white?
Listen, they wouldn't show it because the little girl
Oh, he
left.
white.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know, it had to be white, had been black, they would show it.
Oh, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Hey, that's a spirit. You know, we go to Abraham offered up her only begotten son. She talking about her only son, and
Chastising.
yeah.
Where's we at? 6?
Yeah, that sound right.
Maybe 6 or start at 7.
Tripping. Yeah, we go to 7.
All right, verse 7. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering?
Yeah, Isaac, his son was like, Lord, like Dad, everything's set up for the offering, but where the ram at?
Right. At verse 8. And Abraham's, I'm sorry. You have something else?
Oh no, go ahead.
All right, verse 8. And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to a place which God had told them of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood.
Yeah, that's every.
Verse 9.
I'm gonna be tripping. Okay. Hey, that's heavy. You know, through faith, Abraham said the Lord gonna provide a ram, and Isaac was just talking. Isaac didn't know that he was the sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's continue. And then the Lord made a ram really appear.
Verse 10. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham. He said, Here I am. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Yahweh, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me.
See, the Lord, and see, the angel told Abraham, you know, delivering the message of the Lord. For now I know that thou fearest the Lord. So I mean, the Lord already knew, but you know, it got to be manifested here in the earth.
Verse 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Ray. I'll just say Jehovah Ray.
Yeah.
As it has said it to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen.
See. So Abraham exhibited faith, offering up his only begotten son that he loved, trusting in the Lord, you know, without question, without hesitation, but also showed the qualities of being a pilgrim, you know, journeyed to this place, you know, and offered up his only son that he loved. You know, was going to continue life, you know, as if he had no children, you know, count everything as a loss. Now we're going to jump into a few precepts just showing the qualities of pilgrimage and having faith, you know, that Abraham showed. Yeah, let's get that, Matthew.
Now the book of Matthew 10 and 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Hey,
see, and the Lord knew Abraham loved his only son, who the Lord told will receive the promises. But Yahweh said, you know, he who loved mother and son, family, friends, more than the Lord himself is not worthy of him. And see, Abraham understood that. Now we're going to go, I think, to the book of Luke, and we're going to get more on that.
Luke 14 to 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah, the Lord said, unless you hate your family and friends, you can't be his disciple. And hate don't mean you despise them like you do Esau. It just means to love less. Yeah, you love your families and friends, but, you know, you love them less than you love the Lord. As a matter of fact, let me go back to Matthew 10 real quick. I'm going to see if I can find something real quick.
Jake out here now, ain't they?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't take that long. Once we came out here, they
Yep. Matthew 10:38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So Abraham was following after the Lord. You know, he took the burden of, the burdens of the afflictions that come with this battle that we're born into. He picked up those burdens and afflictions, and he didn't necessarily drop the son, but he forsook all of that, to take on his quest. That next one.
all right. Now, Hebrews 24, 11, 24, 25.
Yep. Matter of fact, Hebrews 11 and 19 real quick.
Okay.
My bad.
You good. Hebrews 11 and 19. Accounting to God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure.
I see. So Abraham knew that even if he did sacrifice Isaac, to the Most High, the Lord could raise him back up. And that's through faith.
Now you ready for 24?
Yeah.
All right, next precept, Hebrews 11, 24, 25. By faith, Moses, when he come to years, refused to call the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a reason.
So yeah, Moses, as he matured, he refused to be called an Egyptian. And he chose to do what? To suffer with his people. Because even in ancient Egypt, you had a social class. The Egyptians, who was the people at the top, then under them, the Israelites and everybody else, which Israelites were servants in the land of Egypt. Just like here, the people at the top would be Esau, Edom, the white man, and we would be below.
Yep, modern day Pharaoh.
And you see that a lot of our people, they get certain jobs, certain occupations, and they pretend to be white. They sell out on their people for the white man to receive the benefits and the perks of being that higher class in society. Hey, but Moses said, I refuse to be an Egyptian. I refuse to be a privileged citizen with the Egyptians. I'm gonna suffer the afflictions with my people. And then it said, Moses chose to suffer with his people rather than to receive the pleasures of the life of being a so-called Egyptian or being an Egyptian. Because even when our people today, when they sell out for the white man, they not an Edomite, but they get certain perks and benefits. Certain pleasures come with that. Which is why they do it. Usually riches, wealth, some kind of platform and power.
All right, doing all that, but still won't get accepted.
Oh yeah, they do all that, still don't be accepted. They still don't be at the table.
Nope.
Esau just be giving them crumbs.
Yep. Scraps.
Yup. And Moses said, F that. I don't want nothing Egypt got to offer me. I'm gonna suffer with my people. Let me see what's next real quick.
Matthew 6, 22.
Okay. Yep. And then again, verse 25, it said, Moses chose to suffer with his people, the people of the Most High, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So he despised the riches, the benefits, the perks of what came with being an Egyptian. Yeah.
Matthew 6, 20, 21. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
So Moses refused to be called an Egyptian. He wasn't trying to lay up treasures and pleasures in the earth. He understood, that was all for a season.
Verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So yeah, Moses' heart was with the Lord. It was with his people. It wasn't with Egypt or being an Egyptian. That's why he refused to be called an Egyptian and rejected the pleasures and the treasures of being called one and chose to suffer with his people. Then, matter of fact, let me look at this real quick. I think it's Psalms 94:16. Yeah, Psalms 94:16.
Now at the book of Psalms 94 and 16. And it says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Yeah, the Lord said who's going to rise up for him against the evildoers and the workers of iniquity. Because remember, we born in a life, and the conditions of that life would be a battle of good and evil, wickedness and righteousness. You know, the godly and the sinner. And what Lord do to Moses? He raised up Moses to stand up for him, to stand up for the Lord and his people here on the earth. And in this lifetime, the Lord has raised up many Moses and Aarons to stand up for his people once again, and to stand up for justice and judgment, which is the habitation of the Lord's throne. All right, let's get back on track. Let's hit that. Yep. Ecclesiastes. And this is why Moses rejected the perks and the benefits, the treasures and pleasures of Egypt and be called an Egyptian. He chose to suffer with the people of the Most High. This is why.
Ecclesiastes 7 maketh a wise man mad.
Right there, real quick. Oppression make a wise man mad. And Moses saw the affliction, the oppression of his people, and even slew an Egyptian for beating one of his Hebrew brothers. And then his Hebrew brothers got mad at him. Like, are you gonna kill me like you killed that Egyptian? You know, failing to realize that they two different manners of people, and that Moses was doing them a favor. And yeah, oppression make a wise man mad. We get mad when we see the affliction of our people.
Police gunning our people down.
Yeah. But we don't react carnally. We understand that we under the curses and that's judgment. But, you know, we move the same way.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
A gift destroyeth the heart. The treasures, the pleasures of this world destroy the heart. So just like Moses refused to be called an Egyptian, we refuse to be called an American or African American, whatever Esau wanted to identify us as. Which, when you identify as a proud American, you know, Esau like that. If you choose to be a Black American, which is what they call us anyway, you know, Esau is cool with that. That's all right. But when you want to identify as a Hebrew and an Israelite, the Lord's people, now you just chose your side. And what you standing up for the workers of iniquity. You chose the side that you on. When you declare yourself a Hebrew and an Israelite, you departed from evil, which the scriptures say he would depart from evil to pray. Now we just made ourselves public enemy when we say we the Lord's people. Esau not cool with that. You know, we could be a Black American, we can keep our own identity, or we can wish to identify with Esau. Yeah, I'm a proud American, patriot, citizen, and get all the perks of this life. But Moses understood that, you know, the pleasures and the treasures of this life destroy the heart. You know what? It throws off your judgment. You know what I'm saying? And again, we pilgrims that's born in this battle of life and death, good and evil. And what the Lord tell us to choose life. So if you receive the pleasures and treasures of this world, that could throw off your judgment. And now you can't discern, you can't make a good assessment in choosing, you know, life and good over death and evil. Because even now, brothers walked away from different occupations, careers, certain lifestyles that bring a lot of money and women and wealth. We walked away from that because we know that destroyed our heart. You know, that'll set you off course. And we're supposed to be pilgrims in the earth, not tied to anything. That's why the Lord said, lay up your treasures in heaven. Because that's where your heart gonna be. So our heart is not settled or tied to the things of the world. The things, the people, the ways of living, the philosophies. Hey, Moses' heart wasn't set on anything in Egypt. Let's see.
Luke 18.
Yep. And then we gonna get a parable, you know, and actually want a parable. We gonna get an account of where Yahweh Shai, and I think it was a certain ruler that was trying to walk in the ways of the Lord. But you can't walk in the ways of the Lord in this battle of life and death and good and evil and have your heart set on the things of the world. And we're going to show that real quick.
Now at the book of Luke 18 through 23. Verse 18, and a certain ruler asked him, saying, Good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And Yahushua said unto him, Why callest thou me good? None is good, save one, that is God. Thou knowest the commandments: do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother. And he said, All these have I kept from my youth up.
So that certain ruler said, Lord, I kept all your commandments from my youth up. That's
22.
Yeah.
Now when Yahushua heard these things, he said unto him, Yet lackest thou one thing.
Real quick. So Lord said, see, and that proved that keeping the law is not, it's not about just keeping the law. That won't save you. Man said, I kept all your commandments from my youth up. And the Lord said, you still lack one thing. And I think in a version in the book of Matthew or Mark, when you read this, when the man said, I kept all the commandments from the youth up, Yahushua said, now if you will be perfect. You kept the commandments. So what? Keeping the commandments don't make you perfect. Matter of fact, let me look that up real quick. I gotta get that now. All right, it is
Matthew 19:21.
Yeah. I think maybe go up a verse on that too. Matter of fact, let's start at 19. Matthew 19 and 19, we go through 21. Gotcha. And the Lord was hard to deal with. And the Lord is only hard to deal with if your spirit is off. But guess what? If the ways of the Lord is hard to deal with, then submit to the word, bend to the will of the Most High. You only face resistance when you be stiff. Like, for example, this is our people. You know, they a stick. When that stick hit resistance, it's going to break.
All right. Matthew 19, verse 19 through 21. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yahushua said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast.
Oh, real quick. That first part.
Yep.
And the Lord said, if thou will be perfect. The man said, I kept all your commandments. And the Lord said, you still ain't perfect. Now, if you will be perfect, we just continue there. We ain't got to jump back to Luke.
Okay. Go and sell all that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me.
See? Yahushua said, if thou will be perfect, along with keeping the commandments, go selling everything that you have and give to the poor and follow me. Now, that don't literally mean go sell your possessions, because guess what happened after you sell your possessions? Now you got a lot of money. So that's just a transfer of wealth. It went from material and merchandise possession to money. So, you know, that don't literally mean go sell what you got. It means forsake it. You know, forsaken means to abandon, drop it, and don't look back at it. So the Lord said, that will be perfect. Sell all that you have and give to the poor. Now, this don't mean sell your house, your car, and start giving to the poor. This is a metaphor for edifying, meaning to build up. That's the real charity, because the scripture says charity edifieth. So the Lord says, sell all that you have, give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasures in heaven. Meaning you can't serve the Lord and have your heart set on treasures in the earth. And he said, come and follow me. And that's even what Abraham showed. He was about to offer up his son. Hey, and your children, that could be your treasures here on the earth. It ain't just money, objects. It could be your family that you cherish.
Yeah, things that you value.
Yeah, that you value, that includes people, relationships. The Lord said, forsake your relationships, your family, your treasures, the pleasures of this world. He said, give to the poor, meaning build up his people, get on his word, and follow him. So drop all this and follow him. And in the process of following the Lord, give to the poor, your people, his word. You know, that's being a pilgrim. Because when you're on a pilgrim, you can't carry a bunch of stuff with you. In Jacob's trouble, time we coming into, You cherish your TV, you can't take your TV.
Right.
You cherish a freaking car with rims on it, you can't take that with you. You gotta abandon all that.
Cell phone.
Oh yeah, cell
All that
phone,
crap.
social media, attention,
Yeah.
even certain relationships and people. Through the process of the persecution of affliction, the Lord being a sword that brings division to the household. That division is apparent now, but it's gonna be fully manifested. So we pilgrims in the mind. You know, ultimately what the word requires. That's gonna lead to us being pilgrims here in the earth. So yeah, let me see. Let me go back to the notes. So yeah, and that's why Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, "A gift destroyeth the heart." That's why the Lord told this certain ruler, "Sell everything you have." Yeah, you kept the commandments, but you still ain't perfect. You still ain't right. Your spirit is off. And Moses understood that. You know, he forsook pleasures that came with identifying as an Egyptian and chose to suffer with his people. Abraham, he forsook his only son, who the Lord told will receive the promises, and went to offer him up anyway. And the Lord had mercy. For those who don't know the story, we read it. The Lord provided a ram and spared Isaac. And that's really, that ram representing Yahweh Shah. I forget the precept, but Mysteries of the Kingdom was going into it in the blue letter. It was something that, like, you know, pretty much when our Yahweh Shah is the ultimate sin offering. When we sin, somebody got to die. Somebody got to pay. And what? Yahweh Shah died in our place. It was either we die, somebody had to die, and Yahweh Shah chose to die for us. You know? So, you know, our sins, yeah, Lord willing, our sins, you know, be forgiven, but somebody's still paying at the end of the day.
I think it was King David when he went to Bathsheba.
Keep going.
And they killed when I think the Lord took his son, put a sickness on his son, and his son died.
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, so you're right about that.
Yeah, somebody got to pay. And Yahweh Shah being that perfect sacrifice, his death alone covered the sins of the whole nation. Only the 1/3 gonna receive the benefits in this lifetime. And that's what that ram represented. Instead of Isaac dying, the ram died in the place of Isaac, just as Yahweh Shai died in our place. So Abraham, who we talking about, Moses, showed perfect faith, but also the qualities of being a pilgrim, not being tied down to anything. Let me see what next.
Hebrews 11, 26, 27.
Yeah.
All right, now at the book of Hebrews 11, verse 26 to 27. Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, and endured as seeing him who is invisible.
Yeah, esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater than the riches and treasures in Egypt. So yeah, Moses found it more beneficial. What's some better words? More beneficial. Let's read the NLT real quick. Okay. You gotta try to figure it out. Hebrews 11:26.
Hebrews 11:26 out of NLT. And he thought it was better to suffer for the sake of Hamashiach than to own the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking ahead to his great reward.
So yeah, he thought it was more rewarding to suffer on the behalf of his people, to stand up against the workers of iniquity and the evildoers of Egypt, than to receive riches and treasures in Egypt. And Lord willing, matter of fact, the hopeful elect, those of us who's fighting in this battle right now, that we all born into, life and death, good and evil, cursing and blessing.
Yeah.
We see that it's more rewarding to suffer as the Lord's people here in the earth, being partakers of the suffering of Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah said, if they hated you, know that they hated me first.
Wow.
And he said, you know, the world hated me because I testified that the works thereof are evil. So he find it better to suffer on behalf of Yahweh Shai because we know by faith that leads to a greater reward than being a millionaire, a billionaire in his lifetime.
Affliction down here is light
Yup.
compared to what your house shot.
It is.
It's way light.
And then even NLT, it reads, for he was looking ahead to his great reward. So a pilgrim is always looking ahead. The past or what's behind you don't even matter. And that's why Lot was spared in his life and his wife wasn't. Hey, Lot exhibited qualities of being a pilgrim. Left everything he owned and went to a mountain that the angels told him to go to and didn't look back. While his wife, who wasn't right, her heart was set on the things of the world, she looked back and got dusted. Dust bunny.
Right.
And that's what these and that's what the women gonna be. You know, you call white girls bunnies, and y'all gonna be dust bunnies. Go about the dust this place.
Hell yeah.
And verse 27, by faith he forsook Egypt. You can't just forsake anything. You can't just forsake your life without having faith. Walking away from jobs, relationships, family, friends, the things of the world, that takes faith. So somebody that's carnal, you know, that's all they know. That's what they believe in. That's their treasures here on the earth. So that's where their hearts set at. But yeah, by faith, he forsook Egypt. By faith, we forsake America. You know, us and the believers of the hopeful elect. And it says, not fearing the wrath of the king. Moses didn't fear Pharaoh. That's why he sided with his people, the Hebrews. That's why he killed the Egyptian. That's why he stood up against Pharaoh and said, let my people go. And not just once, many a times. Because he didn't fear the wrath of the king. And we don't either. That's why we come out here every weekend. That's why they take the channel down, we make a new channel. They strike a video, 1 or 2 weeks later, we right back at it. Every time we come out here, we standing against Pharaoh. Every time we upload, you know, a video, sit down too, we standing against Pharaoh. Because they watch the videos too. All right.
Exodus.
But real quick,
I'm
going to read this in NLT real quick. So again, this is the KJV. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, so he endured, as seeing him who is invisible. So Moses' eye was set on him who was invisible. In other words, it was set on the Lord. And what did it say in 26? In the NLT, he was looking ahead to his great reward. So Moses wasn't just blindly looking ahead. You know, his eye was set on something. And our eye is set on something too. It's set on the Lord. And then in the NLT, verse 27, it reads, it was by faith that Moses left the land of Egypt. And this is the thing too. When Moses left the land of Egypt, physically, he had already been left the land of Egypt mentally. So the Lord said, come out of her, my people. Depart, flee from the shadow of this world. And it says, he left the land of Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He kept right on going because he kept his eyes on one who is invisible. So see, Moses kept going. He didn't stop. That's a pilgrim. When you stop, that represents you settled somewhere. The scriptures speak about the man who settled on their leaves, meaning they complacent, they stagnant in his truth, they lukewarm, they not growing, they not trying to change. That's how we keep going in the spirit. We don't be stagnant. But in the NLT, it said Moses kept right on going because he kept his eyes on the one who is invisible, you know, ultimately representing the Lord. Now we're going to show that Moses and the people was being led through Egypt. Let's show who this invisible one was.
Now at the book of Exodus chapter 23, verse 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way.
See, the Lord said, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way. Being pilgrims, because we always been spiritual pilgrims, but the Israelites that came out of Egypt, they was literally pilgrims in the earth for 40 years. They didn't have a home address. You know, they didn't own nothing, constantly on the move. The Lord said, I send an angel before thee to aid us in our to aid them in their pilgrimage. And we're gonna show that the Lord has sent this same angel before us today to aid us in this life, this battle of good and evil, being pilgrims here in the earth. Let's get that all the way through.
All right. Behold, I send the angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into a place which I have prepared. Beware of him. Read.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. So the Lord said, I sent an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, to keep us on the path. But we on a path that represents movement, not being stagnant, and also not looking back, moving forward. And that's the thing. People come in the truth. They learn that they Israelites. They learn that Esau the devil, and they stop there. Or they just learn they're Israelites. And they think the battle was over. The battle was just beginning. Because believing this truth and declaring you an Israelite, now you departing from evil and making yourself a prey and a target and the enemy to the powers of this world. Let's go to let's get that 21.
Verse 21. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him.
So that angel who the Lord will send before us to keep us in the way, to keep us moving, was Yahweh Shah. The Lord said, my name is in him. Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah being the name of the Son. And that's the invisible one in Hebrews 11, 26 and 27. Read 27 again. By faith, he forsook Egypt. I'm reading the NLT. It was by faith that Moses left the land of Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He kept right on going because he kept his eyes on the one who is invisible. So although we pilgrims, we not just wandering the earth aimlessly. Because in the book of Job, when the sons of God met with the Most High, then it says Satan came. The Lord asked Satan, hey, where you coming from? And Satan said, just wandering to and fro in the earth. See, so we're not just pilgrims wandering to and fro. We on the set path. And we've been led by the invisible one. Let's go to Matthew 28 real quick. I think it might be verse 19. And we being led by this invisible one today. The same invisible one that led Moses and the people out of Egypt. He's leading us today. And we're going to show that.
Matthew 28:19.
I think so, yeah.
Go ye therefore and teach our nation, baptize them in the name of the Father.
Actually, 20.
All right. Matthew 28:20. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen.
I see. The Lord said, I'm with you to the end of the world. So he here right now, but he invisible. His spirit here, and that's what we following. Following that same invisible one that we followed in the land of Egypt. and that's through faith, to follow something you can't see. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is believing in the unseen.
That's the last time too where we got faith is that gift. You don't have gift, you don't have that gift of faith. You're not gonna lead this place, man.
Oh, yep. You're not gonna stay on the path.
Yep.
You gonna and when you, for example, you know, the Lord gave us directions. You know, hey, the Bible is a book of it's a spiritual footprints. We following the path, the ways of the Lord. So we following invisible footprints that you need special eyes to see. That's why the Lord said, "Blessed are your eyes, for they see." We see the path that the Lord laid out in this book, which is a set of directions, literally footprints.
Like a compass.
Yup. And with a compass, you know, you'll wander in circles, wandering to and fro, like Satan said he was doing in the earth, as well as the minds of our people. They might not physically be moving anywhere, because because Americans don't move these days, but this is your spirit. No destination, no path, no reasoning.
Just living.
just
living.
brute beast.
Right.
Just Yeah, that's a
You know how them cows be in the field just sitting there just eating grass all day?
yeah.
Jake, man.
That's funny. I saw that too. I thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they just existing.
Right, they walk around that circle.
Yup.
Just, you know what I'm saying? They just there.
And they never get tired of it.
Right.
And that's why a
Jake,
couple weeks ago, they dudes kept riding by, beating up the block. It was like they keep riding by.
yep. Same old shit.
They don't get bored of wandering aimlessly.
Calm.
Let's see what comments real quick. Oh, it's popping. Hey, shalom to daughter Yahweh.
Shalom.
Shalom to that brother Mayaka Allah.
Shalom.
Shalom to the sister Saraya. Gonna grab these real quick before we continue.
Okay.
And shalom to the brother Danyala.
Shalom.
And the brother Yawitazah. And the brother Kalab. Yahweh Bashim Ashabarakadana, yo.
Ciao, barakatah.
Let's get these real quick.
Yeah.
First. Let's go to this from the brother Mayaka Allah, Micah 2 and 10.
Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Yep.
And it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with sore destruction.
Yeah. So what did Moses show? They departed from Egypt. And it was polluted. And why was it polluted? The Israelites was oppressed. They was held back from serving the Lord, which is our duty here in the earth. Fear the Lord, keep his commandments, which is the whole duty of man. But or so today, arise and depart from America, meaning to physically detach. That don't mean fly to Australia or go back to Africa.
Right.
You know, that's a doctrine. Yes, the Lord said arise depart because it's not our rest. And that was declared. And let's go to Deuteronomy 28 real quick. I think let's start at 64. I think we're gonna go through 66. This is not our rest. And what does it mean when they say this is not our rest? We gonna get that in the book of Deuteronomy. And the Lord said that this place would destroy us. And how are we destroyed? For a lack of knowledge. We was taught and fed lies and oppressed and blinded from the truth. And this is a place where folly is set up in great dignity. You rewarded for folly and wickedness, and criminalized and killed for righteousness.
All right, now the book of Deuteronomy 68, you said 64 through 68?
I think 64 through 66.
All right, and it's verse 64. And the Adonai Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to another. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
And that's the pollution. We serving other gods, man-made things. That summarizes it. That's why this place will destroy us. And Book of Maccabees say we fight for our lives and our law. So we fight to keep the law, to keep our life. Now that's I think
65.
Yeah.
And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall thy sole of thy foot have rest.
See, the Lord said, rise apart. This is not your rest. Why would we not have no ease? Why would we not have no rest? Because we would discontinue from our heritage. We would serve other gods that we're not supposed to serve. All right, let's get it all the way through.
But when we really start over,
Yes, that's right.
Verse 65, and among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall thy sole of thy foot have rest. But the Adonai Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
And see, that's what we will have on all the places we were scattered to. Can you read those three again?
Yep. There have a trembling heart, failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind.
Hey, trembling heart, failing eyes, and sorrow of mind. And that's why the book of Luke say the kingdom of heaven have suffered violence. We the kingdom of heaven that suffered violence, oppression everywhere. Book of Daniel say there's nothing done under the sun that wasn't done to the children of Israel. And that's why the Lord said arise and depart. You know, because we were stagnant here. Our heart was set on this place. The Lord said be pilgrims, you know, for his sake once again, which is outline heavily, really the whole Bible, but Hebrews 11 chapter. Yeah, let's get to this.
66.
Nah, it'd be all good. This from the brother Mayaka Allah, Isaiah 19 and 14.
All right.
And this goes into more of why we supposed to arise and depart. You know, why this place will destroy us. Let's see how we will be destroyed. We know that we will be destroyed mentally, which will lead to us being destroyed physically, but let's get this.
Isaiah 19 and 14. The Adonai Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
See, there's a perverse spirit, an off spirit in the land of Egypt. And it said it will cause us to err in every work, meaning to go astray from the path. That, you know, to ultimately get you to follow wickedness, which righteousness versus wickedness, that's a way of living. It's not a physical path, but it's a way of thinking, which plays out in the way that you live. And just like you was talking about, you know, sheep that is going circles all day, they just sitting in the grass, or it might be some jakes riding up down the street, beating up the block.
Same thing what they doing now.
Oh, yeah.
Every nice day, every weekend, they come up here just chilling and shit.
Yep.
Same old shit.
Yep. That's like a drunk man staggering in his vomit. Oh, no. Yeah, so it's this perverse spirit everywhere that will be scattered, which will cause us to go off and be destroyed. The Lord has commanded us to come out of these perverse ways. Let's get Isaiah 12 and 2.
Isaiah 12, chapter 2.
It's from the brother Mayaka Allah.
Isaiah chapter 12, verse 2. Behold, Yahweh is my salvation. I will trust and be not afraid. For the Adonai Yahweh is my strength and my song. He has also become my salvation.
And see, we talked about Abraham offering up his son. He trusted in the Lord. He wasn't afraid to do what the Lord commanded. And even Moses, you know, he trusted in the Lord and he said, what? Be not afraid. So he wasn't worried about the wrath of the king of Egypt being Pharaoh. And that's the same qualities that we show today. And Lord, willing, we keep it to the end. Now this is Proverbs 3 and 6. You know, I'll keep that Proverbs 3 and 6 from brother Mayaka Allah. And this, you know, going back to Exodus 23 and 20, when the Lord said, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in thy way. Hebrews 11 and 26 in the NLT, when it said Moses kept on going, he kept his eye on the one who is invisible. And we talked about how the Bible is a set of directions. Cuz said it's like a compass. And what? Oh, a compass always the Bible's like a set of footprints. But let's grab this.
I'm gonna start at verse 5.
All right, bet.
Proverbs 3 and 5 through 6. Trust in Adonai Yahweh with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
So yeah, trusting in your Lord and don't lean on your own understanding. You know, and not ask him to direct your path. Yeah. You know, if somebody we give people a set of directions, and they don't have faith in the directions, they're gonna lean on their own understanding. Like if somebody asking directions for something, you know, 45 minutes away, you can tell them the way, but if they don't believe it, the directions is no good for them because they're gonna lean on their own understanding and end up lost. And
That's Jake.
Yep.
That's Jake. They either lost or dead.
Oh yeah.
Now they say death around every corner.
Yep.
You don't follow that path, you're gonna meet death. Death right at your door.
Yep.
Some type of judgment.
David said that in a way too. Pretty much, in other words, he said death is around every corner. I can't think of the precept, but yeah. Let's let me see. Brother said the Lord is cold and know how to move you. You know, just to try our faith.
Yeah.
And then he said, you know, the spirit is active. So yeah, the Lord, going back to, I think you might be talking about at the beginning, Genesis 22, he said the Lord know how to prove your faith. The Lord told Abraham Get your only son that you love, who will receive the promises, and go sacrifice him. That's cold.
Yeah. So no,
Oh no, that's it. Let's go. Let me see where we at.
Hebrews, you want to finish Exodus 23 and 20? Or you
Yo,
wanna-
we finished it. Let's hit that Hebrews 11 and 29.
Now we're at the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 29. And it says, by faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians, saying to do were drowned.
So yeah, by faith they walked through the sea. They was cornered at every angle. The water in front of them, trees and mountains or whatever on the left and right, and the Egyptians pursuing them from behind.
Yep.
But
They followed that path that the Lord had set for them.
oh yep, acknowledge the Lord's ways, and He'll set thy path. If you paraphrasing, the Lord made a clear path through the water.
You know how scared they was though.
Man,
Had faith. Got the water on each side.
And the cartoons make it real cute. I think I ain't watched it, but I seen the clip for the Prince of Egypt. I think it came out like in the 90s,
Yep.
maybe early 2000s. That showed it beautifully.
And had the whales and stuff.
And yeah,
sharks on the
like
side.
like wall of water. But man, in real life, bro.
Hey, I had faith, but I would have been scared as hell.
Hey,
walking there, but I was like,
hey, people scared to go swimming
Right.
in water that's 6 feet deep.
Right.
Now, because I can swim. A lot of our people, they're like, bro, you can swim. People they don't even want to go in water that's 3 feet deep.
Right.
Now you walk in middle of a sea or a wall of water,
Right.
like the downtown buildings.
Yeah.
And the waters is loud too. That is probably crashing and making all kind of noise.
Yeah,
You probably couldn't even hear walking through it.
I just imagine it.
Man,
That's how cold the Lord is, though, man. Parting that sea like that.
that's what I want to see in the kingdom. I want to see the real life, the replay of that,
Me too.
and through the eyes of the people.
God.
Yeah, as crazy as that was, they said the second Exodus is gonna be greater.
Was you done found me?
Yeah, I'm gonna real quick. So when they went through that sea, that represented a few things. They could only move forward, and they couldn't be stagnant. They couldn't get in the middle of the sea and just stand there. You can't be settled on your leaves, complacent. And then also too, that sea that they walked through, it represent that straight and narrow path that we commanded to take, be pilgrims in the earth in this battle of good and evil, life and death. I'm gonna read this again. You got that Matthew 7 pulled up?
Yep.
I'm gonna read this one more time. I might be in the NLC. Let's see. It was by faith that the people of Israel went right through the Red Sea as though they were on dry ground. But when the Egyptians tried to follow, they were all drowned.
All right. Now at the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 14. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Hey, this represents so many things. Straight is the way, and straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. So when they walked to the Red Sea, if they'd have stayed there, that would have been death. If they'd have went back, the Egyptians was back there, that would have been death. So straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth to life. So life was on the other side of that sea, but first had to go through it. Then it said what? Few there be that find it. Who's the few that found life on the other side of that sea? It was the Israelites. Because everybody else who tried to go through the sea that wasn't part of Israel, they was met with death. How does that play out today? What's the straight and narrow way today? We're not walking through a sea, but we is walking through the valley of the shadow of death. That straight gate, that narrow way is this truth, this understanding. And few there be that find it. Who's that few? Is the remnant, the elect, that's going to successfully navigate through this way You know, with complete faith. Now let's you got Blue Letter Bible on there?
Yeah.
Can you look up matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it real quick. Let's see, look up straight real quick.
I got it pulled up already.
Oh, bet, grab
It
it.
just says narrow straight.
Let me see.
Or is it something else?
Actually, it was right here. I'll just get that in parentheses. And this is the Blue Letter Bible for the word straight in Hebrew. Something came up.
Strong's definition, it says narrow from obstacles standing close about.
See, that's the word, obstacle. So this straight and narrow path is full of obstacles. And it's full of obstacles being America. Let's go to narrow next. That'll get more of it.
Gotcha.
Because the obstacle, like for example, you know, an obstacle is something in your way. Obstacles can range in difficulty. Now these ain't just no easy obstacles to get around being pilgrims here in America, trying to walk in the ways of the Lord. These are the most extreme, difficult obstacles known to man.
Yep. Narrow in Strong's definition means literally or figuratively afflict, narrow, throng, suffer tribulation, trouble.
See, suffer tribulation, trouble, affliction. So the obstacles that's set before us in this life, the battle of good and evil, is full of afflictions, troubles, and sufferings. That's that straight and narrow path. And that's why a lot of our people shy away from the truth. They want to take the wide, broad path to destruction.
That Christian route.
Yep. Yep. Anything else outside of this truth, that's that broad and wide path, representing that many people would take these paths that lead to death and destruction. Now that's like a good visual would be, you see a highway, 6 lanes is easy, enough room for everybody. Versus if you look down the one-way road, it's water on the left, it's fire to the right, which that's spoke of in I think the book of Sirach. But not only is it water to the left and fire to the right, you got potholes and wild animals crossing the street, asteroids falling.
Dumbass drivers.
Oh, yep. Yep. And with a narrow path, you can't go to the left or to the right. Like if you drive in on the bridge, you go too far to the left, you're gonna fall. Go too far to the right, you're gonna fall as well. But that's why the Lord said, I send the angel before thee to keep thee in thy way, to not venture off or veer off to the right and to the left to meet destruction, but to keep us on a straight and narrow path. Like on the GPS, they got your route highlighted in blue. And what's that route that's highlighted in blue? That's his word. When you got the proper eyes, when you got the proper understanding, because you got blessed eyes and blessed ears to hear and see, to receive the instruction. So yeah, that straight and narrow path, that was that Red Sea illustrates that. They couldn't go to the left or to the right. It was a wall of water on the left and right for the sharks and who knows what else.
Right.
With the Egyptians behind them.
Right. They couldn't do nothing but trust in the Lord and go straight. Like you
Yep. And we take that path today. And there's few that be that actually take the path. Some people take the path, but then they discontinue. They fall out of the truth. They fall off that straight and narrow way. Or when we speak the conditions of the battle, what's required, what we should stay away from, they say, oh, that's too hard. They say that's too much information. They say that's too hard. Hey, but we see how difficult the path is. We take it anyway without looking back. I know me and my cousin, similar experiences. Once we was met with this truth, for having mercy on us, it was just so much information, and it was a whole new way of life. And same as many other brothers and sisters out there, we take it without looking back.
Shit, we both left our homes.
Oh, yep.
Came here.
Yep.
Who would have knew?
Uh-huh. So yeah, only the pilgrims gonna take this straight and narrow path. Pilgrims in the spirit.
Are you ready for it?
Yep. And we gonna show that this straight and narrow path, you can't venture to the left or to the right. We gonna define that with the scriptures.
God. Now the book of Deuteronomy, verse 32. Ye shall observe to do therefore as Adonai Yahweh your God have commanded you. Ye shall not turn aside to the right hand, or to the left.
Right there. That's that straight and narrow path. When you observe to do everything that the Lord has commanded to do, and the things commanded not to do, such as taking the RFID microchip. And it says, look, you should not turn to the left or to the right. Keep our eyes single on what the Lord has commanded. Like you see in cartoons, you got the devil on the left and the angel on the right.
That's real shit.
That's real stuff, but even in this, it's deeper than that. In real life, it's a devil on the left and a devil on the right. Can't go to the left or to the right. Gotta keep your eyes single on the Lord. Let him direct your paths. And that's that straight and narrow path that was physically represented by them walking through the Red Sea. Can't venture to the left or to the right, but walk through as the Lord. They couldn't change their mind and turn around because of how difficult the path looked.
You want to read 33 too?
Shoot, let's get it. I don't know what to say, but shoot, hey.
Verse 33.
It
just goes into what you were saying.
I don't say it ain't my lesson. This the Lord's word.
Verse 33. You shall walk in all the ways the Adonai Yahweh hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess.
Hey, see, the Lord said, walk in all the ways that He commanded.
God.
This straight narrow path again is still with all kind of obstacles. It's gonna take all kind of twisted turns and dips, and ups and downs. And the Lord said that it'd be well with you. It's either gonna be well with you or it's gonna be ill with you. And being well represents life, being ill represents death, because it ain't no in between.
Romans 8:35.
Yup. And we're not gonna let nothing make us veer off course to the left or to the right. We have shortcomings daily, but overall we on the same path. The Lord will chastise us, straighten us out. We self-reflect, straighten out.
The book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword?
That's that straight and narrow path. We just got that I think straight came up obstacles. I think straight came up suffering, affliction, difficulties.
Trouble.
Can you read that again? Can you read the NLT? Let's see how it's worded.
Romans 8:35?
Yeah.
All right, Romans 8:35. Can anything ever separate us from Hamashiach's love? Does it mean he no longer loves us if we have trouble or calamity, or are persecuted, or hungry, or destitute, or in danger, or threatened with death?
That's that straight and narrow path. So is you gonna let the difficulties of this path keep you from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah? Because if you really love him, you're gonna take that path. And then also too, it ain't just the difficulties of this path that could separate you from the Lord. Again, it could be the pleasures and treasures of this life, which Moses despised to follow the Lord, which the prophets and the disciples have despised, the pleasures and treasures of this life, of this world. Same as us today. We're not gonna let a difficult path keep us from the Lord, and we're not gonna let physical pleasures and treasures of this life keep us from the Lord. The treasures here in the earth.
We rooted in Yahweh Shah.
Yup. He who sell and buy as if he who don't profit. He who obtain and dwell as he won't keep it. Definition of being a pilgrim. Because on the straight and narrow path, you can't take a bunch of stuff with you anyway.
Second Esdras again.
Yeah, let's grab that again. And like we say, the difficult, the obstacles, troubles, afflictions, not gonna keep us from the Lord. It ain't yet, but Lord willing, they don't keep us from the Lord and we make it through to the end. But again, we said that the pleasures and the treasures of this life won't keep us from the Lord either. So we're going to again refresh the memory of being a pilgrim in the earth.
Come. Again, 2 Ezra 16, 40 through 43. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as that fleeth away. He that buyeth, as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that hath no profit by it. And he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein. Verse 43, he that soweth, as if he shall not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes.
See, we have things, but we don't plan on taking it with us. You know, people, relationships, etc. That's being a pilgrim. You have, you occupy, you obtain, but you don't plan on taking it with you. Let's hit 1 Corinthians.
Come.
I think fucking phone acting up. 7 and 19.
Gotcha. Circumcision is nothing. Uncircumcision is nothing.
No, my bad. My real quick.
I go.
Nah, okay, 7 and 29. Let's get 29 through 31.
Okay.
Because even Paul, you know, spoke of the whole book is spoke about being pilgrims here on the earth, and that's only done through faith. But Paul spoke about it too in a similar sense.
Okay. 1 Corinthians 7, 29 through 31. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, Slakia, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of the world passes away.
So yeah, that talked about relationships, wives as though you had none, and it talked about merchandise and wealth. You know, we might buy and obtain, but we treat it, you know, but in our mind it's as if we don't possess it, not tied to it. And what, can you read verse 31 again? My bad.
What one was it?
1 Corinthians 7, 31.
Gotcha. Verse 31 again. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of the world passes away.
See, we use the world, we make use of it, but don't abuse it. Can you read that in NLT? I think that said it another way too. That was great.
NLT, those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them. For this world as we know it will soon pass away.
So we use the things of the world, but we don't become attached to it. Like you might say, with a woman, we're gonna deal with each other, but no strings attached. Like that applies not just to physical relationships, but anything. And why? Because the fashion of this world passed away. Why? Because the elements gonna melt with fervent heat. That's how the scriptures say, knowing all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of people should we be? Yeah.
Now at the book of Hebrews again, chapter 11, verse 13 through 16. And it says, these all died in faith, verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
So yeah, you know, even today, some of us gonna die in this truth, not yet receiving the promises being the kingdom. But it said what? It says we see them afar off. So we see the light at the end of this valley of the shadow of death. You know, we see the door of the kingdom being open. But it said what? It says they confessed that they were pilgrims. They didn't physically say with their mouth, yeah, we pilgrims in the earth, but their actions declared it. That's why Moses forsook the treasures and the pleasures of Egypt. That's why Abraham forsook his son. That's why Noah left the world behind. That's why Abel gave a more excellent sacrifice. They all possessed, but in their mind, they made use, but wasn't attached to it. So yeah, that's how their actions show that they were pilgrims. It wasn't through spoken words. And we show them same actions today.
Verse 14 to 15. But they say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. Verse 15.
Real quick. So my bad. So they, let me see. Can you read that NLT? My phone keep yeah.
Obviously, people who say such things are looking forward to a country they can call their own.
So yeah, Abraham, Moses, Noah. They was pilgrims, but they was seeking something. But they wasn't just seeking something of low standard. What's the word I'm looking for? They wasn't going to settle for less. But we're gonna see what they was seeking for.
Verse 15. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had the opportunity to have returned.
So in certain instances, Abraham was called from his family. He could have returned, but Abraham didn't look back. Who else? There were certain instances that our people could have looked back after doing the will of the Most High, but they didn't. And why not? Let's see.
Hebrews 13 and 14. For here have we no continuous city.
Oh, my bad. 16.
Oh, you want 16 too? Okay.
Yeah. It's all good. Hebrews 11 and 16.
Gotcha.
And this is why Abraham didn't go back. This is why, let's see, who else voyaged? Isaac, Jacob, they voyaged. Oh, even Moses and the Israelites. Yeah. This is why they didn't go back, even though 2/3 of our people wanted to go back to Egypt. Joshua, who was it? I think Joshua and Caleb. But Moses sent them to go scope out the city. And they said that the people who are here are mighty and powerful. The rest of Israel was scared, but Joshua and Caleb, through faith, didn't fear the powers of that word. They didn't fear the great and mighty people then. And they gave a report to to Moses, hey, it's a beautiful land. We just got to take these people out. And Joshua and Caleb was all for it because they was pilgrims and they desired another country. They desired a place. They desired a better place, the place of the promise. While the rest of Israel, they was looking back. They was willing to stay in the wilderness, to stay stagnant.
They lack that faith.
Oh, yep, like that faith to move forward.
Verse 16.
Yep.
But Hebrews 11 and 16. But now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly, whereof Yahweh is not ashamed to be called their God, for he hath prepared them a city.
See, so yeah, Abraham could have went back to his family, as well as Isaac and Jacob. Moses and them could have went back to the land of Egypt, because Egypt wasn't destroyed. Caleb and Joshua could have said, forget the land of the promise, we're gonna go elsewhere, etc. Hey, but it said they desire a better country. Even Noah. Why did he leave the world behind and get on the ark? Because he desired a better country, a better place to call home. Those people wasn't gonna settle for less. And that's what we desire too here in this lifetime, a better place to call home. We're not gonna settle for less in this land America, which is set up for the obstacles to destroy us.
Yeah.
Let's get that last one.
Hebrews 13 and 14. For here have we no continuous city, but we seek one to come.
So yeah, we got no continuous city here in America. We seek one to come. And we had no continuous city, meaning we're not going to be stagnant and settle here. They said we desire or seek one to come. Seeking represents that you want to move. And that would be the place that the Lord had prepared for us. Back then, it was a promised land. Well, now, it's that same promised land that the Lord will take us back to, but we seek the kingdom of heaven here in the earth. Can you read that in NLT?
Yeah. 14, Hebrews 13 and 14 NLT. For this world is not our permanent home. We are looking forward to a home yet to come.
Dang. So yeah, this place ain't our permanent home. We're looking for a better place to call home. And that's why the Lord said, in these days, be as pilgrims upon the earth. be on the move, not just to and fro, but moving, seeking a better place to call home through this land full of obstacles. That's the condition of the battle. You know, life and death, good and evil. And take what leads to life. Take what's going to lead to that better place to call home. Don't be settled here. Because the fashion of this world gonna pass away. This place that people settle here on, this is about to be destroyed.
This ain't nothing compared to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Everything here is like half used air. Food is destroyed.
Yeah, the food ain't even got all the nutritional value that it once had.
Right, the women destroyed, the air destroyed, the water destroyed.
Yeah.
Everything here is less valued than the kingdom.
Yup. And yeah, the Lord said, you know, choose life. Be commanded to seek a better place to call home, because you really ain't got a choice. We could say we want the kingdom, but okay, y'all want America. Okay, we gonna take the kingdom, but y'all can take America. It ain't no choice, because this place about to be wiped out. Oh yeah, straight up. You're gonna be dusted with this place, America.
Yeah.
Hey, man, let's just hit Ezekiel 18:30 and 31 real quick. I'm always trying to remember, you know, to hit that at some point.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah, this place about to be wiped out. You really ain't got no choice but to seek a better place to call home. We ain't got no continuous city here, because this place ain't about to continue for much longer. 18 and 30. Okay. We get 30 and 31.
Yep. 18:30 Ezekiel 18:30 and 31. Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his ways, saith the Adonai Yahweh. Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin. Verse 31, cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
Oh, calling back to his people. Turn from all your transgressions. Turn from the world, which caused you to go astray, which kept you stagnant and complacent here in this world. Turn back to him, so he could lead us in the ways that lead to life. Because why would you die here, O house of Israel? Why would you choose to continue in the place that's about to be wiped out? Why not seek a better place? So this is one of the things, you know, it's all benefits. What's the other word? It's all benefits and no risks.
Rewards and no risks? Risk rewards?
Yeah, something along those lines. But yeah, you know, it's why not? But yeah, let me check the comment real quick. Okay.
Think we got it.
Hey, Shalom to the brother Ra'ai.
Shalom.
Prince of the Power. Let's grab this. Okay, yeah. Let's get we're gonna get Matthew 13 and 45.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get verse 46 as well. Yahabashim Yahabashai, rock it down. To you, brother, hope all is well. We'll have to catch up.
Matthew 13, 45 and 46. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all he had and brought it.
Oh, then Yahushua tell that certain ruler, you kept all these commandments, but if you will be perfect, sell everything that you have and follow me. Selling means to forsaken, to abandon. Sell everything that you have and purchase this great pearl. How do you purchase it? You purchase it now with money. You go to Isaiah 55.
Yep.
Purchase it with your time and energy.
What verse?
Verse 3. Oh, actually, we'll start at
2.
We're gonna start from the top. I think we're gonna get 1 through 3. And yeah, so again, kingdom heaven is like a merchant that found a great pearl, sold all that he had to what? To buy into the kingdom. How do we sell all that we had? We just continue from subscribing to these things. And now we buying into the kingdom of heaven, like an investment. And that's why, like, certain brothers' YouTube channels, you can hit subscribe. Because like even with Amazon Prime, and days in. You know, there's subscriptions. You got to pay for it monthly.
Yep.
Same with this truth. We don't buy it with money, but we subscribe or buy to it with our time. We incline our ear. Let's grab that.
Yep. Isaiah 55, 1 through 3. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Ye come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
So yeah, you know, buy wine, milk, honey, living bread, the kingdom without price. There's no price on the kingdom of heaven. You buy into it a certain way. Now let's get to it.
Verse 2. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
All right, yeah. So it said, why you spend money on that which don't satisfy you? Why you continuing to buy into the ways of this world, to follow after the ways of this world, which don't satisfy us.
Right. Let me read that.
Oh, that's why Haggai 1:6 say, we buy, we eat, but we still not full. We clothed, but we still cold. We drink, but we still thirst, and we put our money in the bag with holes in it.
Yeah.
And you know, that could be literal, you know, pockets always getting drained, but that's you investing into America in the ways of the world. You're never going to be satisfied. You always going to be lacking. Yeah, grab that.
Out of NLT.
Yep.
Verse 2. Isaiah 55, verse 2 out of NLT. Why spend your money on food that does not give you strength? Why pay for food that does you no good? Listen to me, and you will eat what is good. You will enjoy the finest food.
The Lord say, you know, eating my flesh and drinking my blood. Metaphor for the word. So yeah, you know, that's how we, like that merchant who sold all he had to purchase this great pearl. Let's get verse 3 as well.
All right, verse 3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
See, the Lord said, why you spend your money on that which is not bread? Why do you labor which satisfy not? Then he goes on to say, incline your ear and come unto me. So the resource that we could spend on the Lord, it would be our time and our time and our attention. That's why he said, incline your ear to me. He said, and your soul should live. So yeah, kingdom of heaven, you know, it's like a pearl of priceless. You know, you can't put a tag on it. And this is what we buy into. We discontinue our subscription to the things of the world, and we subscribe to the truth. And literally by subscribing to brothers' channels that the Lord has set up. And the money is a resource, but another resource that Americans are so dumb to realize would be your time. See, money you can replenish. You can't get time back. Matter of fact, let's hit verse 6 on that in Isaiah 55.
Verse 6.
You can't get time back. You know, this is a resource, you know, once it's gone, it's gone.
God. Seek ye the Adonai Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
See, that's why it says seek the Lord while he may be found. Meaning what? Seek the Lord while we got time. Because once time is up, you can't get it back. You miss your monthly subscription for a thing of the world, you know, you can get that back. You miss a payment, you can get it back. But you miss this opportunity, it's going to be death by pain. But yeah, the water, everybody that tuned in, how about Shema Shabbarakatham? Lord willing, we'll be out tomorrow. And let's face it, to close out.
That brother Hope.
Oh, yep. Let's give our praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash.
All right, so next time, Lord willing, Shalom.
Shalom.